Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday night. It's 7 o'clock, and we are live. Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday night. It's 7 o'clock, and we are live. Welcome to V-Talks. I'm your host, Veronica Brockwell. Well, it is the Law of Attraction show that we have once a month with my very dear friend and coach, Taylor Wells. The Law of Attraction is pretty mainstream now, but I remember back in the early 90s, that was probably the first time I had ever heard of the term. You may remember a man that had an infomercial. I think it was like 1992. He was really tall. He had a beautiful smile. And I think he had Hawaii in the background. But he would always talk about manifesting and the law of attraction, and that you could manifest literally anything you want. And so many celebrities believe the same thing, like Oprah, Lady Gaga, Steve Harvey. They all attribute their success to the practice of the law of attraction. So we are so fortunate that we have a regular on the V-Talks that is a law of attraction expert. She is also a mindset coach, a psychologist, an author, an entrepreneur, and the mother of 5 children, who she affectionately refers to as her 5 chickens. And she's my very dear friend, and she makes me so happy, and she's going to make you happy too. Welcome to V-Talks, Taylor Wells.
You crack me up.
You crack me up.
The lighting is still not great.
I don't understand, but your hair is really pretty.
It's me, everyone. It's my room is really full of light, and we tried to pull the shades. We tried everything, but it's going to get better. So how is everyone tonight?
Well, I'm having the best night ever. As I said, Taylor is my coach, so I know exactly what to say.
We do, and we have so much fun coaching. Coaching is fun, and life is supposed to be fun, everybody. Have you remembered that lately? Have you remembered that we're here to have fun? We're here for 3 reasons. What are they? Why are we here?
Why are we here? You're the coach.
3 reasons. So we're here for joy.
Joy.
Freedom.
Freedom.
And growth or expansion. Call it what you like. Joy, freedom. Most people forget about the first 2. And they're all about, I have to grow, I have to expand, I have to work hard, I have blah, 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 blah.
It's so true.
Right?
Yes.
It's doing that.
I know. So do you remember, well, of course, you know Tony Robbins. He's very famous to this day. But in my opinion, that was when I first understood the term law of attraction. And he, I think we should all be grateful for him, because he really made it. He really put it out there all these years.
I mean, my teacher is Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks. I resonate more with Abraham Hicks. I heard a funny story. My husband Philippe told me a funny story about Tony Robbins, where he was going to speak somewhere, and they ran into all this traffic, and he was like, oh my God, what's going on? I'm going to be so late. He was totally stressed out. He's like, there's an accident, da, 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 da. So anyway, they get there, and it turns out it was all the people going to see him. Okay.
Of course.
Like, he remembered 99% of every manifestation, and listeners, our beloved listeners, is complete before the first brick is laid. Okay. Before the manifestation shows up in the physical, 99% of it is done. It's all up here, my friends. Okay. So it's your
So he manifested that all these people would be going, but he didn't manifest him actually getting there on time.
he was not, he didn't even know it was for him. That's the point. He was like going to this thing, stressing out because that was before, and so there he was. And
it's a very cute story. So anyway, Taylor, for our new listeners, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll dive into the topic tonight?
I would love to, and I'm excited to dig into this topic tonight because relationships are everything, right? So no matter what you're talking about, whether you're talking about people, places, things, time, it's all about your relationship to those people, places, thing, and time, right? Everything is relationship.
Sure.
So my name is Taylor Wells, and I'm a happy supermom of 5. And to define supermom, for those of you who are gasping at my arrogance, I believe that all moms are supermoms because we do our best with breath, not breasts. Someone thought I was saying breath.
Oh my goodness.
We do our best with breath, and we begin again, and again. Okay, and that's a good segue into yoga. Yoga transformed my life and saved my life, really. And I left the rat race. I was working in a doctoral internship at Harvard University as in psychology. And I left that to open a yoga studio and live a happy, simple life. That was my intention. And when a friend of mine from college asked me, what's your business plan? I said, to help people remember who they are and transform. That's my business plan. And that was our business plan. We ended up building quite a yoga empire, just one step at a time. It was never a plan. It was always one moment at a time. So we had 5 yoga studios in 2 states, in New York City and Massachusetts. And we taught at all 5 studios regularly. We lived in New York City on the weekends, building our brand there. And then we lived in Boston during the week with our 5 chickens. Now, yoga is a integral part of my life and my day every day. I wake up every day at 4 a.m. and practice prana power yoga. To this day, I do not miss a day. I really believe in it. I also believe that everyone has their own yoga. So it doesn't have to be an asana, which is where you get on a yoga mat and you do these special poses that were created over 5,000 years ago, which were, by the way, created as a preparation for meditation. That's what yoga was created for. Okay. And I'm also a big fan of meditation. I will get to that. So anyhow, we sold our yoga studios. We had them for 16 years, and we sold them a few years ago, 2018, I believe. 2018 or 2019, to Yoga Works. And
gosh, before the pandemic.
Yeah. It was right before. And actually, the timing. So what you will learn, my friends, is that alignment is all about timing. Okay. So, when you're utilizing the law of attraction, using it to deliberately create, because the law of attraction is always at work. It's not like, oh, it's using me or I'm going to use it. It's always happening. It's like gravity. It's always happening. It's just, are you aware of it? And are you aware of how you are deliberately choosing your focus, your perspectives, your thoughts, and thereby your feelings, okay? Because you get what you think about, whether you like it or not. So anyway, we sold our studios, and now I am full-time coaching. I've always been doing this. This is what I did in my yoga studios. I just was teaching yoga while I did it in a really hot room with 50 people versus now one-on-one. So I love that. I still love yoga. My husband, Philippe, is now a professor in entrepreneurship at Brandeis University, and he absolutely loves that. everything just keeps getting better for everyone unless you're resisting. Okay. So if you're pushing against, you're going to get in a reality loop and you're going to feel stuck. If you're allowing, and I'm going to teach you how to do that with relationships, which is what we're talking about. When you're allowing, everything should be always getting better. Okay. So there's some strong currents out there in the world and streams that say the opposite. I'm not going to even say those things because I don't believe them. They're not a part of my reality.
So the topic tonight is relationships, and it's not only love relationships, it's friendships, it's work colleagues, it's people that you interact with on a daily basis, right?
Yes, and your relationship to time,
Mm-hmm.
your relationship to money,
Mm-hmm.
your relationship to nature, to your relationship. So yeah, I mean, everything is about relation, right? How am I relating to this? So some people, who are tuning in tonight or who will tune in later, because we are recording this, so technology is so amazing.
I know.
Amazing. So
I know we're live streaming to 8 platforms right now, and then
it's really cool.
live. Yeah.
It's amazing. So some people are tuning in because they are really excited to attract their soulmate.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Some people are tuning in because they're in a long-term relationship that they want to enhance. Mm-hmm. Some people are tuning in because they're in a long-term relationship and they feel like she doesn't bring me flowers anymore, or he doesn't, or whatever. Some people are tuning in because they are on the rocks with their sister or their mom or their brother. So everything, or friend, okay? Everything is relationship. So I love talking about this topic. I talk about it all day, every day with my coaching clients. And let's dig in. What are we doing here? Ask me a question.
All right. So what are we doing here? Where do we start? Where do we go?
Well, I think first of all, let's just define for the new people, who I hope there are lots. I hope there are a lot of new people tonight. My intention is to attract those who are attracted to this information and help them to understand it so they can create their best life ever. So law of attraction is quite simply, you get what you think about. You get what you put out. Your vibration is an energy, okay? And your vibration is caused by 4 things. I just said them, and I'm going to say them again because everybody forgets, and that's okay. So your focus, what you're focused upon in this moment, your perspectives about that thing or beliefs, perspectives or beliefs, your thoughts, and your emotions, okay? So it's not like it goes really slowly, like boom, boom, boom. It's a split second, right? You focus on something, that happens, your vibration goes out, and then how do you know, V, where your vibration is? Do you remember what a vibrational audit is? It's 2 things.
Well, it's how you're feeling.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the other thing?
Oh, I don't know. It's how you're feeling. What is it?
So really good job. How you're feeling.
Good job, Veronica. You got one.
It's a great job. And the second thing is what's unfolding in your reality. Okay, so reality doesn't lie. Okay, so what I teach is that there are 5 steps. Okay, this is all about relationships. The first step is you ask, and you do that all day, every day. Okay, so let's say you're in a relationship with someone, and they have a meltdown, or you guys have an argument, or whatever, and you act like a jerk, they act like a jerk, whatever, and it feels bad. So nobody likes to act like a jerk. Nobody likes to lash out. No one likes to argue.
So your vibrational audit would probably be on the lower spectrum at that point.
It would. And what's that called when that's happening? Do you remember? It's called contrast.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Contrast. So, and you didn't screw up. This is the big take-home point, everyone, about contrast. When you're in contrast, you didn't screw up.
Right.
So we live in a physical reality, okay? This is, 3D. We're not in 5D, we're in 3D. So in the non-physical, right, you can just, not have contrast. But here, there's going to be contrast. Now, most people experience contrast a lot. Like 90 to 95% of their life, they're in step one, contrast. That's not, we didn't come for that. We came to be.
And everyone gets in contrast. I actually had a day yesterday that I was in contrast most of the day, and I went and I took a nap.
Good.
Because it wasn't going to end if I didn't do that. That's what I did. And then it was fine. It was great.
Tell me why. Do you remember what happens when you take a nap?
Well, it's the same idea of meditation where you're tuning into your inner being.
Yeah. So isn't she so smart? So
I'm but you don't want me teaching the class. Okay. You don't want me teaching the class. Okay, go ahead.
If listeners, if you
did I know there was going to be a pop quiz tonight?
Please. No,
we're teasing. I don't care. You do it. It's all good.
So you're partially correct on the napping. So napping is a great tool if you can do it. If you're a napper, what happens when you sleep is that your resistance. Okay, so resistance means simply pushing against that feeling, paddling upstream, pushing against. When you sleep, your resistance stops, it dissipates. Okay, it's gone. Your inner being never sleeps. Okay, so your inner being's still rocking it. Your resistance stops, and so you get to reset. Now, meditation,
and it did reset, by the way.
Yeah, tell me what happened when you woke up. How'd you feel?
Much better. My audit numbers changed. I went, yeah. I did a quick vibrational audit. We had a lot of contrast yesterday.
See? And that's step one. That's step one. So step one, I'm going to say a little bit about meditation, and we're going to finish the steps. Okay. Meditation differs from sleep, and this is how.
Okay.
In meditation, your mind is still active. Okay, so there still is resistance. Your mind likes to go. Your mind likes to go. It wants to go. Okay, so just like I don't expect someone to pick up a tennis racket and walk on a tennis court and beat John McEnroe. All right. You got to practice. You got to hit some forehands and some backhands. You need to practice meditation because your brain wants to go. Now, as you practice it, it is cumulative. I meditate every morning, first thing. RPM, rise, pee, meditate. I got that from one of my students' boyfriends. Isn't that great? I love that.
Yeah.
Not students, clients' boyfriends. So, and she's definitely going to listen to this, so she's going to giggle. So RPM. So meditate first thing in the morning, okay? Because you're going to set your vibration. You're going to tune into the vibration of your inner being. Your inner being is you 6.0. So it's you, your most authentic, badass, awesome self, confident self, okay? The counterpart to your inner critic, right? So when you're in contrast, you got that inner critic going. Your inner critic's like, blah, 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 yada, 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 blah, 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 okay? All the things that inner critic says. That's step one, contrast. Contrast is necessary, everyone, in this physical experience so that you know what you do want. How can you know what you want if you don't know what you don't want?
Oh, absolutely. And how long should we meditate, Taylor?
15 to 20 minutes is all you need a day. Every day. Don't take the weekends off. Don't take traveling off. Your inner critic never takes a break. Okay, your inner critic's always ready to pounce on you and put you back into sloppy, lazy thinking, which is just basically creating an old vibration that doesn't serve you, contradicting what you want, okay? So let's go back to V's contrast day yesterday. So she had a day, she had contrast. Well,
you have to understand, I was going through all the steps. And then I finally went, you know what, we're napping. It was funny. You would have laughed at me.
That is perfect.
Yeah, but I was trying to figure out my new way of thinking.
Yeah.
And then I just took a nap.
Okay, so what V is saying is so brilliant because you can't think your way out of it. Ever.
I couldn't. Nope.
You can't.
Couldn't.
It's literally impossible because this is what people think. And again, I'm trained in psychology. And I went to really good schools and I had really good teachers and there are lots of really good books and I saw a lot of wonderful patients. I'm not anti-psychology. However, the issue is people want to get to the bottom of it and there is no bottom. Okay. So you're just going to keep digging in there, going deeper and deeper, stirring the pot, creating that energy and then sitting in it. So step 2, everyone, is not your job. Step 1 is you ask, I want something else. Step 2 is your inner being and the universe's job. You don't have to do anything. And your inner being and the universe says, okay, done. Ask and it's given, done. Your inner being doesn't say, no, 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 here she goes again, blah, blah. No, that's not how it works. Your inner being loves you unconditionally. Okay, done. Step 3 is your work. Okay, remember, step 1 happens without trying. That's the contrast. Step 3 is to allow in what you have created in your step 1 and what the universe, your inner being, put into your vibrational vortex. Okay, which is, it is an energy field. Imagine a vortex spinning. I like to think of it as kind of like a gold vortex. Everything you've always asked for in this lifetime and many lifetimes is in there in a vibrational form. And you need the access code. Okay. Do you remember what it is, V? What's the access code?
Allowing.
Allowing. And how does allowing feel?
Feels amazing because you're in alignment.
Yes. So
yes.
All you have to do is feel good, right? That's it. You're in alignment.
It's very simple.
You just feel good. Now, wait a minute, Taylor, people say. You're saying I just have to feel good? Well, you know what? I don't feel so good because I got this going on, I got that going on, and did you hear what he said, and why didn't she do that? Now, this is where we get to step 4, which is getting really good at step 3. It's just a mastery. And step 5 is when you're in contrast, you're having a day like V had yesterday, which we all have, and you're not beating yourself up. You're just kind of going, I'm going to just take a nap, like exactly what you did, and then reset it.
Yeah, right? Because sometimes that's just all you can do.
That's the best thing you can do.
That is. It's just the best thing, you know?
Yeah. So what?
So it was nice because I've been coaching with you for a while, and I handled the day differently, and it resolved. And where your mind goes, energy flows and goes and goes and goes. And if I kept focusing on it, it would, you know. So I didn't do that at all. I just yeah.
So you said something very interesting. She said, if I kept focusing on it. So wait a minute, though. What about if you don't like something and you're shouting no at it? Won't it go away?
It will not.
It will get bigger.
It will get bigger. Well, wherever you put your mind, it just
gets bigger.
So I didn't do that. So this was a really wonderful example for me.
Good. It's a wonderful example, and we're going to get to relationships, everyone. I promise. But these are the basic principles, okay? And the formula is always the same. And law of attraction never gets squirrely on you, okay? Law of attraction is so consistent, all right? It is so consistent, and it is always even. It may seem not fair, like how come that person's getting blah, 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 and I'm just getting this? Well, because it's even. It's always giving you what you're focusing on and what you're attracting from your vibration, okay? So I have been obsessed with the law of attraction since I was 5 years old. And I noticed at that age that what I focused on got bigger.
Right.
I noticed if something was upsetting me and I focused on it, I got more of that. And if I ignored it, now I don't encourage repression or denial. Okay? I encourage emotions 100% because your emotions are your guidance system and they show you what your perspectives are and they show you where your focus is and what your thoughts are. Okay. And you can clean all that up if your vibrational audit is showing you, I'm not feeling so good and I don't really like what's unfolding in my life. Does this make sense?
Well, using yesterday as an example, I still had to manage some things. It's not as though I just said, oh, I'm just going to go to bed and we're just going to see where everything lands. That's not what happened. I managed everything first that I had to manage, and then I put it away. We're done. We're not going to keep going there, right? So that's how I handled it differently, where I think it could have gone on for a bit longer had I not done that.
It would have. And if you could have, I don't know the details and we're not going to talk about details, but if you could have an even better thing, because you know me, I'm always reaching for how can we do it even better?
No, of course.
For fun. Not from guilt or shame or feelings of unworthiness, but for, let's figure out, I have so much fun finding a better way, right?
Sure. No, absolutely. We're all students of this.
Students. So if you could have napped first and then managed, you
wouldn't have worked.
It wouldn't have worked. Okay. So
it was one of those situations,
She had to.
But still, I believe that my shift in my mindset helped a lot.
A lot.
It made the difference.
Yeah.
The outcome. Yeah.
And the outcome. So, and this is what builds confidence, everyone, is when you notice that what I think about comes about and what I focus on matters. And you begin to build the confidence of, I am creating everything. Reality is an illusion. It is a projection of what you believe. Okay. So you are the actor, the director, and the producer in your movie. And that's your life. And when you stop blaming others for the outcome, that's when you gain your power. Because there is no law of assertion. There's only attraction. So people say to me, well, that's ridiculous because why would I attract this? Well, oftentimes we don't know what we're focused on. We don't know we don't even know what our beliefs are. A belief is just a thought you keep thinking. Okay. And most of the time, have you ever been in a conversation with someone and you have a really strong opinion about something, say politics, and they have a really strong opinion and you're both talking and neither of you are listening. Okay, you're both talking and you both know you're right. And nobody's moving, nobody's hearing, nothing. Has that ever happened to anyone?
Well, I'll just pipe up and say, sure.
Okay.
I'll speak for the group.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
So that what's happening inside your brain is that with yourself all the time. So I'm not picking on B, I'm saying you, a person.
No, please go ahead.
We have a thought, I want this, and then we start to argue with ourselves in our mind, but we don't even know we're doing it. Okay. And this is what's fascinating. So I help people to peel away, really pare back and peel away what's going on here. What are you actually thinking and focused on? What do you actually, so every time, let's say you say this, let's go into relationships because that's what the show is about.
Right.
As well. So let's say you say, okay, I really want to attract my soulmate, right? My friend Baron Baptiste, he's a yoga teacher. He used to say, be careful that your soulmate doesn't become your cellmate.
Oh, jeez. Oh, dear. Oh, my goodness.
So he looks good. So anyway, let's say you want to attract your soulmate. So let's say you get all excited about that, and that's what you want. But you basically think about a train on a flat track. I got distracted laughing about Baron. I was thinking about something else he said. Anyway, so let's say you're on a track, you're a train on a track, and you go, yeah, I want to attract my soulmate. So great. You put an engine going on the train going towards soulmate. You're chugging along. Awesome. Rock on. But now in your brain, you think, well, but I'm this age and I haven't attracted anyone yet. And then Susie couldn't attract anyone and John didn't attract. And
don't we hear this all day long from people?
Yeah.
We do. We hear it all day long.
Well, that's interesting too. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to put a pin in the train for a second. Mm-hmm. If you're hearing that all day long, okay, because there's a powerful stream out there saying that, right? If you walk into Starbucks and you listen, you're hearing that. You're hearing a lot of complaining. You're hearing a lot of talking about what people don't want and a lot of drama, okay? Well, notice that. Start to notice, because as you nail the law of attraction, and you're going to, just keep coming back to this every month and read my blogs. I blog all the time for free. You can read them on Facebook. You can read them on taylorwells.me. I write exactly the same way I talk. I coach the way it's all the same stuff. I'm saying the same thing over and over and over because it's the same formula. And I never tire of it because I find it fascinating and it's going on constantly and it's always changing. Okay. Meaning the examples. The formula is the same, everyone. Never changing. So if you're hearing that a lot, that's in your vibrational craw. Okay. That's in your if you're hearing it a lot, so
figuratively, yes.
I know.
Yes.
I know what you meant. So anyway, so every time you think a thought that contradicts your desire, right? Your step one, what you want, you put an engine going the opposite way. So what's the train doing? The train is going nowhere. And that's where people get this feeling of being stuck. And they come to me and they say, I feel stuck and powerless. These are the three things people say. I feel unworthy and not good enough. I feel stuck and powerless. And I feel like everything is hard and has to be hard. Otherwise, I feel guilty. So if it's easy, I feel guilty. And if it's hard, it sucks. So when people are feeling that stuck feeling, V, it's because they're saying, I want a soulmate. Yay, here goes the train. And then in their brain, they're saying, but no one meets anyone and I'm this old.
Right.
So that's the feeling of stuck. So what are we going to do about it? How are we going to attract our soulmate? What would we do? V, what do you think?
Well, first we take a vibrational audit.
You like that, don't you?
I'm never going to forget it. And then we're going to meditate.
Good.
And we're going to meditate every day.
Yes.
And then we're going to put what we want in our vortex.
Hold on. I'm a stickler. She knows I'm a hard ass. You don't put anything in your vortex. It just
goes.
It's just, you don't have to do that. You just by living, just by living on this planet.
Okay. See, you shouldn't have me teach the class. It's going to confuse people.
You're doing great.
Yeah, but it's going to confuse people.
No, it's not. It's perfect.
Okay. Okay, great.
So you don't have to put it. No, people misunderstand this all day, every day. Okay. You don't have to put anything in there. It just by wanting, it goes in. And
well, that's what I meant. I'm not like going to be like, hold on, vortex. Okay, let's put it in there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to throw. Okay, well, whatever.
But People think they have to make it happen, what's in the vortex, but what do we do instead?
Again, you should be teaching the class, Taylor. What?
No, you just allow it because it's already
allow. Yes.
It's done. It's done in a vibrational form. 99% of every manifestation is complete. 99% before the first, I like this saying, before the first brick is laid. I mean, there's not a lot of bricks and mortar these days, but when I built my yoga studios, I built 5 studios. We actually built, constructed 5 studios and a raw vegan restaurant. So we actually, put down the floors and put in the heating systems. Before any of that started, 99% of it was done here in my brain. Okay. And how do you do that? How do you create in your brain? Do you know?
Allowing. Yeah,
you already said it. She said, said, I'm going to take an audit. So you're going to see what I'm going to meditate. And then you follow your feelings that feel good. It's so simple. It's like people are really hard on themselves. And on the topic of relationships, for sure, but on every topic, people are unkind to themselves. They say really awful things to themselves all day long, which is why I wrote this card deck. Just because I was astonished by how many people just said terrible things all day long to themselves. So when you can start to, think things like, I can do this, everything is unfolding as it should. Okay. I said earlier, a super mom, I do my best with breath and so this kind of thing. You're going to start to shift your vibration. And so when you do an audit, it will be in a higher place. Now, you can't jump from the ground to the top of a house, right? That's not going to happen. You can't jump from feeling, in contrast to today is the best life, the best day ever. That's not going to happen. You just want to incrementally find relief, V. And that's what you did yesterday when you were in contrast was fantastic because you just released the resistance and started again. And that's what yoga is all about, beginning again. Does this make sense?
Yeah. I mean, it absolutely worked for me yesterday. It was a big, a big situation that I normally would have handled differently. And I managed it the way you taught me, and it worked itself out and actually for the better. So it was a good thing at the end. It actually had a better outcome.
It always
because it happened.
So did you hear?
So it was really amazing,
So what V just said is brilliant because contrast is always going to bring you something better every time, no exception. Okay. How many times have you said, oh, that was so hard, but it was the best thing that ever happened because ... All right. If you don't stay swirling in the contrast and go tell 20 people and then blog about it and then complain about it for the next 20 years, then you're going to keep it in your vibration, not your vortex. Now,
and you also said too, you actually said this in my coaching class that sometimes that your vortex is purging things that need to, you're shifting energetically, so it's purging things that it shouldn't be in there anymore.
So when you are grieving, grief is a very wonderful, difficult at the time, but wonderful part of life, because when you are shedding layers that no longer serve you energetically, old vibrations that contradict what you want, there is a grief process with letting go of those layers because you're used to it. So when I worked as a clinical psychologist, when I worked with traumatized families who had, like massive dysfunction and drug abuse and alcohol abuse and lots of abuse. When I helped them to shift that, there was actually an experience of grief because that's what they knew. Even though it was terrible,
Yeah.
it's like really weird because now it's different than before. And so there were a lot of tears. There was a lot of letting go in that way. And what I always coach people to do is to be grateful for that, be appreciative. Thank you so much, because the tears are like gems. It's like this beautiful washing out of the old, right? To create the new. Now, Maya Angelou said, when you go low, you're going to go higher. True. However, I like to differentiate that you do not have to go low to go higher. You can just keep going higher. Okay.
Yeah, yes, and you'd explain that to me too, because there's different philosophies on how to heal. And, I agree with you. I don't think you necessarily have to go back to move forward.
Well, in my humble opinion, as always, everyone, please take what you want and leave the rest. If it
Sure.
fits, if it doesn't, chuck it. In my humble opinion, when people want to get to the bottom of anything, first of all, there is no bottom, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Again, I'm not.
And you've heard the phrase rock bottom.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, now, I want to talk about a really important concept with creating your dream relationship, whether you want to attract the person or you already have the person.
Or friendship or
sibling relationship, parent, friend, anything. So what's really important, everyone, this is a super, super simple concept, and it works. It's the only way really to manifest anything, honestly. So this isn't just for relationships. But we're talking about relationships. So ask yourself, in this relationship, why do I want this relationship? How will it make me feel? Okay. So people are like, yeah. Just give me the relationship and then I'll have the feelings. But it doesn't work that way. That's the carpet for the horse. What is required for manifestation with law of attraction? And this is where a lot of people miss this. Okay. So they make the dream boards and they do all those things, but they miss this piece. So please just listen, because it's not hard. It's so easy. Why do I want this relationship? How do I want it to make me feel? Because can you agree, V and listeners, that whatever you want, right now we're talking about a relationship, is because of how you think it will make you feel? Yes?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So,
and I'm speaking for the listeners as well. Absolutely, Taylor.
It's a little bit like what I used to teach Prana Power Yoga, because everyone would be in down dog and I'd be like talking away like this, but also telling them the poses, and like nobody can respond. So it's a little.
I know. Oh, I'll respond.
Respond because they were doing.
I know. I'm like, I'll be the audience. Yeah, it's all right. We'll figure it out.
So you and me, we're not going to talk about anything personal here, but we're just going to talk.
No, we're just talking in general, and I'm answering for the audience.
Yeah. Let's talk about what we would want in a relationship. So would we want, what would we want to feel in a relationship? Well, first thing people say is, I want to feel love. Okay. I want to feel love. Awesome. So
respect.
Respect. I want to feel respect. Okay. People say, I want to feel cherished.
I was just going to say adored.
Adored. Perfect. I want to feel, so we have loved, respect, cherished. How about, this is a big one for me, for all of them, ease.
I was just going to say ease. You just want to feel ease.
Ease. Ease. How about satisfaction?
Satisfaction.
Satisfied. Okay. Satisfaction is a very important vibration to achieve in manifestation. So the three most powerful emotions if you can master these 3 emotions, you can manifest anything. Ready? Expectation, knowingness, and satisfaction. Okay, so when you can expect it and know it and feel satisfied in the now, so not needing it, can't need it to come to feel satisfied.
No.
Right.
And you can clearly tell, because if you do a vibrational audit, you're going to know how you feel. Am I feeling ease?
Yeah.
Am I feeling love? Am I feeling, then you know.
Also, like relief. I love relief.
Relief.
Do you want to feel relief? Like, like at the end of the day when you've had a great full day and you pour a glass of clean crafted wine. I love that.
Right.
And
from Scout and Cellar.
I didn't say it. So, but that feeling of
handpicked grapes.
Relief.
No chemicals, no yucky stuff. All right, go ahead.
Relief. What else? Dream relationship. What do you want? How about excitement, adventure?
Oh yeah, excitement, adventure.
Yeah. So this is here's the tools, guys. This is what you do. So you've made your list. This is how I want to feel. Now remember, what people come to me saying is, yeah, just give me the guy or give me the woman and then I'll feel all that. Nope. Gotta feel
that. You can't do that. Because you might not feel all those things. You might say, I want that guy or that person or that girl. And then they get that person and it's not all the feelings.
Well, V, your favorite thing, if you do a vibrational audit, let's say you go on match.com and you do a vibrational audit and you're like feeling like really insecure and you're feeling like
there was no way. No, go ahead.
A lot of people do that. So,
no, it's fine. It's awesome for people.
Yeah, our friends actually met on Match.
Oh yeah, a lot of people love it.
A lot
of people love it.
I was going to do that, but here's the deal. Let's say you just say, "Oh, forget what Taylor said. I'm just gonna try, and then I'll feel good." But when you're going on and you're like creating your whatever you create, you're doing all that. You're feeling like really icky and insecure and you're feeling less than, you're feeling unworthy and you're feeling not good enough and you're feeling like life is hard. Guess what you're going to attract? All that. The universe is going to go, here you go. And then you're going to attract yourself like that. So you want to be in a really good place. So what you want to do, everyone, this is so fun. All those things that V and I just said that you potentially would love in a relationship, feeling, hey, how about feeling like comfy, cozy, and safe and not safe's not the right word.
Secure.
Talking about what? Secure. Yeah, a lot of people seek kind of now, but not in a security like till death do us part. Like I can treat you like shit and you can't leave me. Not that. Right? But just comfy, cozy, like secure. And anyway, so look now in your life and ask yourself, all right, where do I feel love and loved? Where do I feel ease? Where do I feel satisfied? Where do I feel excited? Okay. And you're going to find, okay, let's say you have 10 things that really suck in your life right now, but one thing's going really well. All right. Focus on that thing.
Right. Because if you focus on the other things, you're going to get more of that.
And that'll bring the one thing down. If you focus on the one thing, the other 10 will lift. Okay. And that's kind of a separate topic, but I just wanted to get that point in. But, and so what I see sometimes is I see people who are so successful on that. I define success as happiness. That to me, that's success. Now, you might see people who have, these badass, jobs and things and people in their life and blah, blah, blah. But they are feeling very unworthy and less than, okay? They're not, their vibrational audit would be their feelings would be quite low. Okay. So what's happening there is they are going for the thing, right? And not the feeling behind it. And what I see is they come to me and they have like 10 things going so well, okay? And they're like this famous person. And there's one thing that's crappy, and they're focusing on that thing, and their life is miserable. And I'm like, dude, like, do you see all these things that are going on? Hello? And but that's what humans do if they don't understand law of attraction. So let's say you had a person who had 10 things going crappy, one thing going well. Well, they could focus on the one thing and their life would fly. And
it would turn around.
The other person who has 10 things going, so what all you have to do for your creation of your dream relationship, whether it's with a friend, a sibling, a parent, a soulmate, a longtime partner, all you have to do is identify what you want. First step, not what you don't want. So when people come to me for coaching, I giggle because I say, okay, tell me what you want. And they spend 15 minutes telling me what they don't want. And I just listen. I try to really not interrupt them, but it's really hard because they just I need to illustrate to them that this is what you're doing. Looping. This is what I don't want. This is what I don't want. So your version is, here's more, here's more, here's more. So once you've decided what you want, you just find it in your life right now. It could be your pet. In fact, pets are really good.
Pets are great. So let's give our viewers homework. So they're going to be back in 30 days. Let's give them homework.
First homework.
Can we do that?
Yeah, I love them. I'm always giving homework.
Oh, I know.
Did you get that last homework? I sent you.
I get daily texts. I get homework, but it's great because it reminds me. Oh, you got to be in it every day.
I like homework.
So it's a lifestyle shift. It's a mindset shift. It's a mind shift,
Well, it's funny because, I was running way back before anyone was running, when I was training. I trained to go pro in tennis, and I would be running and nobody was running. There was no running shoes, nobody. And now it's just so common, right? Everyone's into health and lifestyle. And so nobody bats an eye about having a trainer, going for a run, blah, 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 blah. Law of attraction is a lifestyle, just like wellness. You don't just show up at the gym and be like, okay, I'm going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger today. You have to do the work, right? So the funny thing though about law of attraction is the work is getting happy. The work is focusing on what feels good. So you don't actually have to go and do curls or do push-ups. You just have to focus. So homework. All right. So your first piece of homework, everyone, is to meditate starting tomorrow. No exceptions and no excuses. Okay. So you can find the time to sit for 15 to 20 minutes, period. I don't want to hear about it. Okay. Because you can do it. It's free. I'm going to say it's easy in that you just have to sit down. You have to make the time and sit down. Now, your mind is going to go. Your mind wants to go. Just do 5 rounds of box breath. And that's just where you inhale and hold for 5. Hold the inhale for 5. Exhale and hold for 5. Hold the exhale for 5. So you're going to do box breath. Okay. And then stream the words ease, relief, and satisfaction. Just meaning think of those words. Stream, don't let stream freak you out. And that's it. Then focus on a sound in the room. It might be an air conditioner, it might be a heater, it might be the birds. For me, it's not even the birds because it's still dark. But
is it okay to put on white noise? I have a white noise app so I can hear the ocean, I can hear different things.
Absolutely. That's a great tool.
That's what I use.
Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to listen to white noise or waves or anything that will let your mind get bored and give up. okay? Because your mind's going to run, and you're training your mind. You're not trying to figure out the name of your book or the topic of your book or the Pulitzer Peace Prize. You are training your mind to quiet so you can have access to the vibration of your inner being, your highest self. And how you know you find that is you feel really good. It feels a little bit like you're on Twilight, that drug. You feel kind of like you're floating, and you're not thinking now. You just kind of feel, and then a thought might drop in, and I call that a downloaded thought. Okay, you download a thought. How do you know the difference, V, of a downloaded thought and a regular?
Well, I mean, to me, it isn't something. It's not like something I'm worried about or I have to do. It's just a thought will come in, and my vibration is the same. It doesn't change that energy. That's how I know.
I think that's a wonderful explanation. It just will feel good, and it might be something really like.
Sometimes it's very random.
Random.
Like almost like when you dream about things that you don't even really make sense. And you're like, what was that all about? That's kind of how I describe the downloaded thoughts. And usually I find they have some meaning later on.
They almost always do if you follow them and follow it. That's how I give one pro bono. I give back once a week. I do a pro bono coaching call. And the way that I choose the people is they come to me in my meditation. And when I tell you somebody comes to me who I haven't thought of in 20 years, this just happened to me. One of our babysitters who babysat for us, lived across the street from us more than 20 years ago. And was a yoga student of ours. She popped into my head. And so I just got out of meditation and I said, you just came to me in meditation. You get a pro bono coaching call. And we reconnected. So that's kind of like fun stuff like that will pop in. Also, just like you said, just random stuff like something you just don't even know.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Well, because you always ask me. So when I work with Taylor, we do box breath, and then she asks me what comes through. So sometimes they're really interesting, interesting little things that come into my brain, but.
It's always
so Taylor, so we're doing that, and then what else? What else is the homework? So we're going to work on the meditation.
Yep. So you're going to meditate. You are also going to start telling a better feeling story. Okay. So when you find yourself, begin to notice your feelings, and when you have a negative feeling, when you feel bad, know that all that means is that you've disconnected from your inner being. Your inner being feels differently about that topic, okay? So notice what your story is and try right then, okay, to move out of the energy of lack. Like, let's say it's about relationships. Let's say you're like, oh, I just saw, V and Taylor, and I'm going to meditate, and I'm going to, manifest my dream relationship. And then all of a sudden your heart sinks. Okay. Now what's happened is you've gone into the energy of lack. You had a thought that said, oh, it's never going to work for you, or something like that. Right. Or you've gone into the energy, the problem focus. Okay. So you cannot solve a problem at the level at which it's created. Okay. You need to get away from it. You need to take a nap. You need to focus on something else. Yeah. So number one first piece of homework is meditate. Okay. And every day till next month, you're going to meditate till you come back in a month. Okay. And you're going to see a huge difference. Second of all, begin to tell a better feeling story. So begin to notice when you have that feeling that feels bad, instead of just like talking to 10 people about it and analyzing it and trying to figure it out. You can't figure it out. Okay. Notice, am I in an energy of lack? Am I in a problem focus? And just try to soften it and tell a better feeling story. Like, that's when you go general, everybody. You say, you know what? I'm figuring this out. I'm getting better at this. Things are always working out for me. Okay. Go general. So meditate. Notice when you're out of alignment and tell a better feeling story. Okay. And go general. When things are tough, when things feel bad, oh my God. Who's that?
This is Annie, my golden doodle. Say hello.
So sweet.
Yeah, she's sweet.
She's like, you guys are done. It's time to
I
stop.
know. She's like, it's 8:00. When am I gotta go outside?
No. So homework is meditate. Notice when you're take a vibrational audit, notice when your energy is off. Tell a better feeling story by going general. Okay. So I don't have to figure this all out right now. I'm just going to focus on what feels good right now and distract myself. Okay. So those are very, very basic tools. Remember that whatever you want to create, you need to embody the emotions of how you think it will make you feel.
Right. That's the most important thing. I think that's the key, right?
Well, the key, yes, first to identify what you want. Most people spend their whole lives not even doing that. Okay. And stop asking. That's the other thing. Most people spend their lives in step one, asking in the problem mode, right? Once you only have to ask one time. That's it. And people think I have to pray, please. It doesn't work because now you're in problem mode. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So ask once and then let it go. Focus on that which you do want. And if that topic is sticky for you, leave it alone. Go to a different topic. Does that make sense? Okay. Homework. Meditation. Tell a better feeling story. If it's tough, go general. That's enough homework, I think.
Yeah, because we're going to be back in 4 weeks.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear any excuses about meditation.
None. Zero. No, meditations were awesome.
I don't want to hear, you can't tell me I can't afford it. It's free. Nope. You can't tell me I don't have time. You know what? Next month, you guys, let's do time. We're going to do a whole hour on time. Okay?
Time.
Yeah. Creating more time.
Oh, I was going to say time management.
Creating more time. I'm going to teach you how to create more time in June. Yikes.
I know. Can you believe it? So if you would like more information from Miss Taylor, go to taylorwells.me. It's scrolling along the ticker there. And Taylor has lots of resources on her website. She also has inspirational cards, which, by the way, would make great gifts for people, honestly, and maybe a bottle of organic wine to go with it. It's okay. And yes, and you're amazing, and you're so helpful, and I love having you on the show, and I love spending so much time with you, and I'm blessed. And I've got this big dog.
What just happened? That was hilarious. We lost you. You're mute. I'm going to take over now. Her golden doodle has taken over the show. And this is real life. V talks. Oh, yeah, it says you're muted. Now she's cut out. There you are.
Hear me now?
Yeah, you're back.
I don't know. I think we're done.
I love that. That was the best part of the show.
Hold on. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes. I hear you.
I know. I can't hear you. I'm not sure what happened. Anyway, we're going to have to sign off, Taylor. I'm sorry. My dog knocked down all my equipment. I can't hear you, but hopefully people can hear me out there. All right, honey. I love you. I will see you early next week. Okay. All right, everybody. I'm so sorry about that. This is what happens when you don't have a babysitter. My golden doodle jumped on my lap and ripped out my mic, and my computer fell over. So anyway, we had to cut Taylor a little bit short because I quite honestly can't hear her. So anyway, we will be back next week on Tuesday Night Live, and we have a new V Talk expert, Dr. Mia Holland, and I look forward to all of you meeting her. She will be on every month, the third Tuesday of each month. So I'm very excited for you to meet her. And we will have a topic. We're not sure exactly what topic we're covering quite yet, but over the next couple of days, if you go on my VTalks Facebook page, we'll list it there. But anyway, all right, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And gosh, we love live broadcasts. They're awesome. All righty. Take care. Bye.